Good evening and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Lights. I'm Jay Pushkar. Mike Fenner has the night off. After each enjoyed a day off on Thursday, the Cleveland Indians and Detroit Tigers began their weekend series in Motown. No score in the top of the second. One on for Franmil Reyes. He jacks one to left center field. Forget about it. 2-0 Indians. We'll skip to the bottom of the third now. Detroit trailing 2-1 when Nico Goodrum drives a two-run homer to right center field, and the Tigers grab their first lead at 3-2. On to the top of the fourth, same score. Reyes this time delivers the RBI single to center field. Here comes Francisco Lindor to score, and we're tied up at 3. Still in the fourth, now a 4-3 Tribe advantage. Domingo Santana breaks the game wide open with a 3-run blast to left. Tribe up 7-3 at that point. Cleveland outslugs Detroit by the count of 10-5. Down in Cincinnati, Reds hosting the Pirates. Pittsburgh down 1-0 in the fourth. Ryan Reynolds hammers a solo homer to right center field, tying the game up at 1. On to the bottom of the inning now. Jesse Winker gets all of this one, his second home run of the contest. This one a 2-run shot. Reds back in front 3-1. Bottom of the seventh, Nick Castellanos smokes a 3-run homer to center field. Cole Tucker giving a great effort to try to bring it back. He just misses it. Cincinnati goes on to crush Pittsburgh, taking this one 8-1. On the Lewis Fitness and Performance scoreboard, the Glenwood League Championship Series is set after Rambler 9 defeated Brendel Bulls 6-2 in an elimination game. Connor Connell kept the Bulls off the scoreboard in the resumption of a protested game on Thursday. So here is the Glenwood League Championship Series schedule. All the games will be played at Ainsworth Field. Game 1 between Rambler 9 and the Erie Outlaws is Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Game 2 will be on Tuesday night at 5:45, and if necessary, Game 3 on Thursday night, also at 5:45. Celebrating the centennial edition of the Erie District Golf Association Amateur Championship, 87 players signed up for the 3-day tournament. To the Colquitt Club we go for the opening round of the stroke play tournament. The par 5 8th hole providing a lot of eagles and birdie opportunities on Friday. Mike Wolf chipping in for the Eagle 3. He shot a 76. Then it's two-time champion Tyler Kozad rolling in this short birdie putt on the 8th. He shot an even round 72. He's your leader going into Saturday. After a brilliant shot onto the green, this year's match play runner-up Matt Bardo cashing in on the Eagle. Speaking of the match play, this year's champion Ryan Peters from just over 100 yards out on the 10th, throwing a dart right onto the green. He would make par on the green, and he would shoot a 79. Back to the 8th green we go. Mike Newcomer has this left for birdie, and despite a tricky line, able to drop it in. He posted an 84 and just missed the cut. How about Michael Capotis from off the green, opting to putt the ball from where he was, and it was a smart move. Runs this one up to a couple of feet. He would make birdie from there. He fired an 80. Next group, Troy Hassenplug rolling this putt for a potential eagle, showing off the delicate pace and touch. Just scoots past the cup, but he would clean up the miss by making birdie on the comeback. He recorded an 86. He too missing the cut. Finally, how about Dario Cipriani? He has this putt for eagle, and he was absolutely perfect, dropping it in the jar for the double circle 3 on the scorecard. He carded a 77. Gannon coach Dustin Coleman recorded an ace in the first round. However, he missed the cut. Here is the leaderboard after the first round of the championship play. Kozad leads the way with an even round 72. There is a 4-way tie for second place with Ed Puddlefall. Matt Bardo, Alex Weir, and Jack Angelucci all shooting 1 over 73s. Round 2 from Colquitt begins just after 10 a.m. on Saturday. Ontario Hockey League news, the Erie Otters have traded goaltender Daniel Murphy to the Niagara Ice Dogs for a 3rd-round pick in 2024 and a conditional 6th-round pick in 2021. Murphy spent 3 seasons in Erie and appeared in 114 games with the Otters. He set career marks in save percentage and goals against average in the shortened 2019-2020 regular season.
We've had some discussions over the last little while with with the group a little bit, and obviously with some of their agents and whatnot. And I had another discussion with Dan this afternoon, so it was just something that, it was clearly, you can't make 5-3 no matter how hard we try, and it was just something that we wanted to make sure that we were, we were being clear and upfront with the players and making sure that they all had opportunities to start the season with a new team.
NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, Game 2 between Arizona and Colorado. Coyotes down 2-1 in the second when Michael Grabner lights the lamp, tying it up at 2. Under 3 minutes to go in regulation, the Avalanche strike. Former Erie Otter Andre Burakovsky scores on a wide-open net, and that's your game winner. Colorado wins Game 2 3-2. They lead the best-of-7 series 2-0. In the Eastern Conference, top seed Philadelphia taking on Montreal. Canadiens wasting little time getting on the board. Less than 2 minutes into the contest, Tomas Tatar beats Carter Hart for the goal. 1-0 Montreal. Now 2-0 Habs in the second, and it's Tatar scoring on the power play. Going glove side that time. Montreal pushing its lead to 3-0, and they would never look back. They got great goaltending in the process, and they shut out the Flyers, taking this one 5-0. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. Game 3 will be Sunday night. Back to the Western Conference, defending Stanley Cup champion Blues taking on the Canucks in Game 2. St. Louis down 2-0 when former Erie Otter Ryan O'Reilly lights the lamp. Blues trailing 2-1. Fast forward to the third, less than 10 seconds remaining, and David Perron nets the tying goal with 6 seconds left. So it's on to overtime. In the extra session, the stretch pass leads to Bo Horvat. And Horvat able to score the game winner, his second goal of the contest, and the champs are now in trouble. They fall in overtime 4-3. The Canucks lead the series 2-0.